up, y'all? Y'all already know what time it is. It's Friday. You know the vibes. Go ahead and sit back, relax, grab your little snacks, and tune in for this tea. Okay, so before we get into the video, I need y'all to please give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment. I know it's early in the video. You can put an emoji, a dot, a letter. I don't even know. Just anything, because it really helps, and I appreciate y'all for doing so. I really do. What else? Oh, y'all, same announcement as last week. Am I crooked? Hold up. I still look crooked. Oh well. So yeah, in October, I'm trying to upload for 31 days, y'all. So that means I need 31 videos. So it's spooky season, and I'm gonna be reading y'all spooky encounters. That's not gonna be all the 31 videos, but that's gonna be some of them. So if you have any scary encounters, crazy stories, anything creepy-ish or scary that happened to you, sleep paralysis, I don't care what it is, y'all, send it in to the email spookytyt@gmail.com. And if it's short enough, you can leave it in the comments. I'll screenshot it and I'll read it too. And also, if you want to be anonymous, please tell me not to say your name. And if you don't, just say a story and I'll give you your shout out by saying your name. Okay? All right. Now that we got all the announcements out of the way, I'm putting my social media on the screen. Follow me on Twitter. I just made a Twitter. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok. I'm gonna get back active on TikTok. Leave me alone. Okay, anyway, let's get right into the story. So this is gonna be, I guess, the little first call. Well, it's not technically the first call center story time, because I did do a story time about the call center creep, but that was just about him and not the job. So this is going to be about the job and the little peoples, and basically like my first few weeks on this job. Probably first like 3 weeks. This happened over the span of my first 3 weeks, yeah. Backstory, I got to give a quick backstory. This is after our house got raided when we lived in that small college town. The whole reason we moved back to Houston in the first place. Then at this point, I've gotten fired from Home Depot. And the Nay situation happened when her dude pew-pewed at us. Y'all, a lot of people slept on our story time, but yeah, and me and Nay actually went to a staffing agency together and applied for this job, and we both got the job. But for some reason, Nay said F this job and she didn't want to go. I was really hoping that she would show up to the job, because she was like, yeah, girl, I'm gonna see you Monday, whatever day we was supposed to go in. Girl ain't never show up. But I get it though, because I've been in like a DV situation, and it's hard to leave it. It's really hard to leave. It's hard to leave any toxic relationship, but then when you bring in like DV, I'm gonna just say DV, it's like a whole nother level. But in the past, I kind of sugarcoated it because I thought it would be too much for the internet. But I think one day I'm gonna just break down a lot of what went on in that relationship. Anyway, that's not what this is about. So yeah, she ain't never showed up to the job. Basically, I got the job, went in for training and orientation, which was only about like, I want to say a week or two. However long it was not nearly long enough. Our training and orientation should have been a legit month, because it was so much to unpack. But then when I got on the job, I actually realized that this is a learn as you go type of job, because they didn't teach us half of that in orientation. They literally taught us the basics. So we really had to learn for ourselves. Then they would yell at us for not knowing what to do in the situation. Babe, you didn't teach us. What I'm gonna call this place? I'm gonna call this place The Plantation, because that's what it gave, to be perfectly honest. So the Plantation was like in a building. It was in a corporate building, basically. And I feel like the Plantation, our area, was like the bottom of the bottom, like the call center part, because we were in the building with like execs and like real important people. And I guess maybe that's why our manager acted like this, because but she drug it. We gonna get there. We was in the area that was out in the open, basically. They called it the fishbowl, because everybody could see what we was doing at all times. Like I said, I got hired at the Plantation through a staffing agency, and so did everybody that I went through training and orientation with. So when we actually got out on the floor, you could tell that it was a divide, like from the people that actually worked for the Plantation and the people that came on through the staffing agency. They treated the Plantation workers like the full-time people, or what do you call them? Yeah, I guess full-time. The permanent people they treated them so much better. It was clear and blatant favoritism, and they didn't even care to hide it. So yeah, on our first day on the floor, they threw us to the wolves. And I remember going to my cubicle with my name and sitting down, and the lady next to me, she was she must have got anxiety or something, because at the very last minute she was like, no, I can't do this. They're throwing us to the wolves. I'm just gonna go. I'm not ready. I feel like we're all unprepared. This is too much. And I can admit that when we walked out, like, into the main floor, because training was obviously in a separate room, so when we got out to the main floor, it did look intimidating. And then we got hired during what they call a peak season, so that's like the holidays, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's. So it was a very, very busy for this company. And mind you, I had just taken my first call, and she was still logging in and setting up when she had this like moment of like, I'm not gonna do this. And I was like, it's not as bad as it might seem. I just got off my first call. And she was like, how was it? What did you say? And I was like, and I basically just told her what I did. It went something like this. Hello, thank you for calling the plantation. My name is Tatiana. How can I assist you today? And the man was like,
yeah, I want to inquire about my order.
Okay, do you have your order number?
Yeah, it's 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Okay, your order is da-da-da-da-da, and it's here, and it's gonna be there, blah, blah, blah. He was like, all right, thank you. Okay, thank you so much for calling the plantation. Have a wonderful day. And she was like, that's it? And I was like, that's it. It was easy. And she was like, no, but what about if we get a call like this and a call like that? And I was like, well, just worry about it when it comes. They said that they only put us in a certain queue, so we shouldn't get calls like that. And she was like, no, I think I'm just going to go. And I was like, oh, really? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, okay. All right. Not me trying to convince somebody to stay, Lord. That was not my job. But honestly, I really like that lady. She made me feel very, very comfortable. It's like on jobs, I usually, I don't know why, but for some reason, older women, like, I become friends with the older women, you know? And I like that because I don't have to sit around and talk about bullshit all day, you know? Like, they don't be like, oh, fuck that and da-da-da. I mean, some of them do, don't get me wrong, because when we get real into it, you're gonna see that the older ladies that was left, messy. Oh, messy. I'm like, damn. You bored, huh? This your life, ain't it? So, and she was like really nice, made me feel comfortable. And I was really sad that she was leaving because she sat right by me. And I'm like, damn, now I'm gonna have to sit by a stranger, bitch. So yeah, she packed up and she left, and everybody was like, why did so-and-so quit? Why did so-and-so quit? Not you trying to be messy on the first day. I'm like, I don't know. Leave me alone. You're not gonna get the tea. Bye. So anyway, they gave, so yeah, the first day we were still on a training schedule, which was like 8 to something. And I had timed my schedule from like to get there at 8 o'clock basically. But when they gave me my real schedule, which was like 10 to 7, I had to like reprogram my mind because I don't know how the traffic is at 10 o'clock in the morning or 9 o'clock, whatever. So I had to time it, whatever. I don't know. Something, I didn't do it right, and I ended up being late on like one of the days when they gave me my real schedule. And I was like, damn, because I really want, one thing about me, I hate being late, especially on a job. And I had to drive like over an hour away because this call center was on the north side. Like most of the call centers are on the north side anyway. So yeah, when I got there, one of the what was he, an assistant manager, I want to say? His name was Marvin, chatted me, can I speak to you or something like that. And I was like, okay. So I go over there and he was like, you know, you were late today and da-da-da-da. Mind you, it's peak season. I'm pretty sure a lot of people are late. Why are you singling me out? Because y'all, I swear to God, I don't know. Maybe he talked to them on the side too, but I really felt singled out because he made me come over there and stand in front of his cubicle for so long. So I'm just standing there, everybody looking at me like, why is this bitch just standing there? And then finally when he was ready to talk, like 3 minutes later, 3 minutes of just standing there awkwardly, that shit felt like 10 minutes. Finally he was like, okay, you can sit down. It was, y'all, I promise you, it was so weird and awkward. I wasn't dragging it. And like, oh yeah, that's what I was about to say. People would come in like 15 minutes after their shift started, 30 minutes after their shift started. Never seen them talk to Marvin. Mind you, Marvin sat kind of close to me, and he was in the cubicle too, basically. So I would have seen that. I felt singled out, and that was weird. That was my first encounter with Marvin. Let me break down the managers for y'all because I just named him. I had his name ready, but damn, there's two more and I didn't think about their name. So the real manager that I didn't even know was like the main manager of our little department, we gonna name him, David. We're gonna name him David. And I didn't know that he was a real manager because I think when we first got hired, David was gone for like the holidays. Because mind you, I got hired around Thanksgiving because I remember having to work Thanksgiving and Christmas and every other holiday and overtime. Yeah, we're gonna get there because they overworked the hell out of us. And we really felt like we had to be overworked because we were through a call
staffing agency.
So we felt like we had to, mind you, when the permanent people, they just doing whatever the fuck they want to do. So then he was the main manager. I want to say like the top one. So then there was another manager. She was like beneath, like not, I don't want to say beneath him. That's so harsh. She was just not as important. I don't know. She was the other manager. We're going to name her, who's somebody evil? Ursula. Not Ursula. I'm trying to look at these Disney. My daughter got a Disney princess thing right here. I'm trying to think about who was they evil people. We gonna name her Cruella DeVille. We gonna just call her Cruella. She very much gave Cruella, y'all. At first, I'm just like, something just was like off about her. She was just like real. She looked evil and skinny. I don't know. Mind you, Marvin was like Cruella's little sidekick. Like, they were annoying anyway. So yeah, those are the managers. Keep that in mind. Marvin gonna come back up, but back to the job. So basically, the way that we asked questions to the supervisors and managers was through Skype chat, basically. And since everybody that came in, like, okay, hiring was grouped up, and it was like two groups of staffing agency people. Dang, I'm having brain farts. Two groups of staffing agency people. One group was already there and they was in their own separate chat. Mind you, no, actually I think they was in a big chat at this point. So our group came in last and just our group was in a chat, and then there was the big chat with everybody. So basically we in a group chat of like 10 people and the other group chat was like 20 people or something like that. Close, them numbers close to all the people we had. Basically, I'm not trying to confuse y'all, I'm so sorry. Basically, I'm in the chat with everybody I had orientation with and then a few supervisors. That's it. So every time we needed a question, write in the chat, tracking number, whatever, and what we need to help with. They would ignore us so bad in the chat and wonder why we on a phone call for 30 minutes. Mind you, I think the phone call is supposed to be 2 minutes tops or something like that. Longest 5 minutes. I'm on hold for 30 minutes because y'all ignoring the crap out of us. Then they would chat us, why are you on the call so long? If you need help, you should have asked. So we realized we could chat like other associates. I don't know, for some reason, I thought that I could only talk to people in this group chat and then like other people from other, like, I don't know. I didn't know that I could chat like people in my department, basically. And oh y'all, this is around the time that the call center creep was chatting me too. This was like a little bit before. This was a little bit before he started chatting me and being weird as hell. So yeah, this girl started chatting me. What I'm gonna call her? I'm gonna call her Angry because she was literally always mad. So this girl named Angry started chatting me and she was like, hey girl, do you know how to like fix this kind of situation, or you know how to handle this kind of situation? Mind you, Angry wasn't in my group, but in passing, like I had talked to her in a bathroom before, so she knew my name. So she chatted me and she wasn't in my group. I almost fell off this damn. She wasn't in my group though. She was in a group that came before. So I'm like, no, I don't know how to handle this situation. I'm thinking like, bruh, you was here longer than I was. So how would I know how to handle this? You better chat Marvin or one of the supervisors, because we had two supervisors. I'm not going to name them yet because I don't want to confuse y'all with all these names in one story. So yeah, I'm like, chat so-and-so, the male supervisor. There was a male one and a female one. I talked about the man one in the call center creep story time. He was cool. And she was like, I did, but they're not answering. Mind y'all, the supervisors and Marvin, they didn't have to take phone calls. They was just like doing computer stuff. I don't know exactly what they was doing, but it looked like nothing. And I just wondered why they would ignore us so hard in the chat when we needed help. And they knew that we was new. It was weird. But yeah, it's like they wanted us to struggle, but then they got mad at us. I don't know. So she was like, he's not chatting back and da-da-da. And I was like, oh girl, I don't know. Then just like try to help them to the best of your ability, or let them know that you don't know and somebody gonna give them a call back. I don't know. I just tried to come up with solutions for her. She was like, no, fuck this. I'm sick of this. I'm like, oh, she cussing in the chat. Like, cause I don't know. Like, I just feel like that's real unprofessional. So she was like, F this and F that. And I was like, girl, just like try to chat somebody. She was like, no, I'm about to hang up on them. I was like, well, don't do that. And she was like, already did it. Y'all, it was giving, girl, don't do it. Like, I was like, oh, Lord, get out my damn chat. You a bad influence. And mind y'all, during peak season, we had non-stop calls. You hang up one call, the phone ringing automatically, back to back to back. It was no break, no rest. So you really couldn't be on a phone call that long. So, I mean, she hung up on them. What could I say? But when I really think about it though, them customers are pushy and disrespectful. I got called out of my name so many times, so disrespected. Ooh, wait till oh my God, I got, y'all, them call center people will really disrespect you. So yeah, I could understand because they were the rudest at this time because they wanted their stuff for the holidays. So fast forward a few days and the same kind of situation happens again where Angry chatted me. Mind you, me and Angry sometimes would just be chatting. I would keep it real short, like I said, because I don't think you could. I mean, I know you couldn't, but we eventually did. But you know, when I'm fresh on a job, I be trying to go by the book. Like, I don't know what we could talk about in these chats now. So she, like, we would just keep it short basically. And then she chatted me again about another situation. And I'm like, girl, I don't know, you might have to call the station. And she was like, well, how do I do that? What's the number? And so, girl, y'all, mind you, I'm helping somebody. So I stopped, look up the stuff, give her the number to a different station. And she good for like, I don't know, 2 minutes. And then until she chatted me again, she was like, they not answering, what do I do? And I'm like, damn girl, I'm really not a supervisor. I'm like, maybe reach out to a supervisor. And she was like, well, they not, you know, they're gonna ignore me and blah blah blah. And I was like, well girl, I IDK. And she was like, well, I'm gonna do what I do best. And I'm like, and I put a question mark. And she was like,
I'ma hang up.
I'ma hang up. They gonna fire you. Like, why you announcing this? So I'm like, LOL. I think I put like a, cause y'all, we had emojis too. I think I put a crying, a laughing emoji or a LOL or something. Girl. So anyway, we talk back and forth until it's time for me to go to lunch. Because one thing I can do is multitask. So yeah, I'm talking and working. I mean, I'm chatting and working and stuff. And I go to lunch. And I think this was around the time where I would like go to lunch outside somewhere to avoid that call center creep. Cause he had just started talking to me and being weird and shit. So yeah, I was doing all that. All that was going on too. I'm gonna actually leave that link in the description. So yeah. But anyway, I come back from lunch and I have a chat from Marvin. It's like, bruh, you could have chatted me, but it's like, I don't know. They would do weird stuff like chat you when you at lunch, but they could have did it before. It was just so weird and passive. So yeah, I had a chat from Marvin and he was like, when you get back from lunch, can you come over here? I need to speak to you. And I was like, oh Lord, what now? Because that wasn't the only time that he had chatted me. He had chatted me for like being on the phone calls too long and what be the problem, and okay, you need to do this or you need to reach out. And I'm like, I do reach out, but y'all don't answer all the time. I guess y'all be busy. Like, I tried to say it in a nice way that y'all be ignoring the fuck out of us. So, and he was like, well, then you need to reach out separately and do this and da-da-da-da. And I was just like, okay, he got to answer for everything, huh? All right, cool. Well, if you got to answer for everything, answer this damn chat. Not me stuttering. My baby said, you okay, mommy? You okay? I'm okay. I'm fine. What you talking about? Anything to beat bop on in here?
Look at John Peppa Pig.
More Peppa Pig?
Yeah.
It's beautiful. And mind y'all, the same thing happened this time. Before he actually started talking to me, I was standing there for like 2 whole minutes. Mind you, I know 2 minutes is like, girl, that's just 2 minutes. But when you standing up in a room full of people and cubicles and they looking up at you like, why the fuck she standing right there? Da, 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 da. You know, and then he just casually on the computer just chewing gum, clicking. I felt like he wasn't even doing work for real. Then he started talking to me. It was so awkward. I had no idea why he did that. But yeah, so then he ends the conversation after talking all of that. He ends the conversation with,
and keep the Skype chat about work. Strictly work. You're not texting, you're not DMing, keep it about work.
And I'm like, okay. So Angry chat me the next day, and I try to keep it short and okay, yeah, you know, like, I'm not gonna do that, because I'm like, did he go on my computer when I was at lunch and pull up my chats and read them or something? Because, like, I don't know. I was just thinking about all kinds of shit. So I'm like, if he read this, then he need to be on Angry ass. Why you over here calling me up? But yeah, whatever. So I kept it short and sweet with Angry. I wasn't finna play into that. Really, basically, she was doing the same shit. Fuck this job. I'm sick of this job, girl. I don't know why I'm still here. Da da da, blah blah blah. Right. Fast forward to later on that day. Mind you, like I said, I worked 10 a.m. to 7. And so did Marvin, and so did the man supervisor. And what? Oh, yeah, okay, so on this you know what? Actually, that was the last shift, actually. And it was, like, way cooler that last hour, because everybody else would have been left. Like, Cruella left, all the other supervisors left, and it's pretty much empty. So it was, like, more talkative, more cool, more relaxed. We did have to work, though, but in between calls, and it started to slow down, too. In between calls, we could talk more, and, you know, just whatever. They didn't really care. So the last hour, even though I know it's the last hour, I'm hungry as hell, because I didn't really eat for real. And I'm like, Marvin, can I go to the vending machine and get some chips? I forgot about Marvin's little backstory. Marvin would flirt with, like, 75% of the females there. The ones that he thought was cute, he would flirt with them, but he kept it real low key. Like, he could not get caught being unprofessional, because, I don't know, he was like Cruella, little lapdog. So I don't know. I just know he flirted with a lot of people, and he showed favoritism to these 2 girls. Well, actually one of them, for real. And the girl that he showed favoritism with, she looked like Chelsea. That's the crazy part. I had to double take when I first started working there. I was like, what the fuck? But yeah. And I noticed that when she saw Marvin showing favoritism to other people like me or a few other girls, she would, like, I don't know, she would do weird shit, like say subliminal shit. Because mind you, at one point she sat right in front of me, and then she sat, like, across from me at another point, so I could hear it. And I'm just like, they weird as fuck. And you could tell that they had their own separate chat with just them 3 in it, because she would be like, check your chat. Marvin, check your chat. Marvin, I chatted you. Marvin, are you gonna chat back? Marvin, I got a question. Like, it was just so annoying. But yeah, basically Marvin was a flirt. So anyway, I'm like, Marvin, can I go get some chips from the vending machine? Which really, you really can't. You could go on a bathroom break, but you can't just get up and go get some chips. But he said, yeah, nonetheless. So I went to go get the chips, y'all. I go up in there, go to the vending machine, put my dollar something in. That shit took my money and didn't give me nothing. Mind you, this machine is known for that. Why I kept putting my little money in? Because it was kind of like hit or miss. Most of the time you would, but sometimes you wouldn't. At this point, this machine had took about 12 of my dollars. Why I kept putting my trust in this machine, you stupid motherfucker. You put your trust in that machine, stupid bitch. How you figure you was gonna get your chips over that nigga? Let me stop. But listen, no, for real, that machine took about 12 of my dollars. And at this point, I was like, fuck this machine. I'm never putting money in this machine again. Like, y'all, I started kicking the machine, shaking it, pushing it, all kinds of shit. And I was mad, y'all. I was so mad. So I walked back to the thing without my chips. Was that my last? No, it probably wasn't even my last dollar, but I'm like, I'm not putting all my money into this machine. So I walked back in. When I'm walking in, Marvin walking out. My face looked pissed off. I know it did. And he was like, why you looking like that? And I was like, because that vending machine up in there, I'm sick of that vending machine eating my money up and not giving me my stuff. And he was like, what it took? And I was like, I was trying to get some hot Cheetos. And he was like, you want me to give you the number to the machine so they'll send you out a check for your money and blah, 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 to the customer service, whatever, I guess. And I was like, sure, I guess. I don't want a fucking check. I just want my hot Cheetos, but I didn't say that. So he was like, all right, I'm about to go get you the number for it. I was like, okay. Sit down. Stomach on E. I'm mad. You're not yourself when you're hungry. So I'm mad as hell. I'm hangry. A little while later, he come back with the number, and then he like tossed the hot Cheetos in my cubicle. And I was like, oh my God, like my face lit up. I was hungry. Okay, I was so hungry. I was so happy. I was like, oh my God, thank you. Da, da, da. He was like,
yeah, because you look pissed off.
And I was like, I was. You best believe I was. Shit. Y'all was thinking that machine eating up my money. Give me my shit. And honestly, I don't know if it was the machine or the way that they stuffed. They literally stuffed that shit up in there to the point where it would get stuck. Like, you would see it dangling. And I'm like, trying to rock that shit to make my stuff fall, and it would not fall. They would stuff it too much or something. I don't know. He said, he was like,
you welcome.
He did that, but he didn't do this, but he did the face, and then he kind of licked his lips. I was like, oh, hell no, Marvin. Am I tripping? I'm like, am I tripping? Is this nigga, what? You know how you don't want to drag it, like, this nigga flirting with me, he flirting with me. You don't want to drag it with. So that's how I was. I was like, I don't know, whatever. Maybe that's just how his face do when he do something nice. I don't know. No, but for real though, it was so quick that I thought I didn't see what I thought I saw. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the shit that he would do. He would do his dirt like real quick. Because like I said, he couldn't get caught being unprofessional. Because mind you, he had been at that company for so long, and they just thought he was just God's gift to the company, child. I don't know. But anyway, he had to be sneaky about the little flirty shit he was doing. Whatever. There was this dude. Should I say his real name? I mean, he's not really... All right, I'm not gonna say that real name.
I really be talking to myself like all the time. That's how it look.
What can I name him? There was this dude that worked here. He was like one of the... I was gonna say one of the many... It was not many dudes that worked there. So yeah, he was one of the few dudes that worked there. And we're gonna call him... I was gonna say wig cap. No, wig cap. We're gonna call him Sean. That's what I should have named the damn manager. Okay, whatever. We're gonna call him Sean. So somehow everybody just talking, and Sean was talking about how he got a sugar mama, but he ain't in no relationship. She give him money. Da 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 da. So I'm thinking. So I said, Sean, you got a sugar mama. Why you working? He was like, well,
I don't want her to fully take care of me. You know, I'm a man still. Da 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 da.
Boy, you ain't making no damn sense. Whatever. So he was like, are you in a relationship? Okay, so why you working? Da da da. So I was like, yeah, I'm in a relationship. And Marvin was like, y'all, Marvin face? Everybody laughing and joking, right? Marvin face?
You in a relationship?
I was like, yeah, I'm in a relationship. Y'all, I was so proud to claim my man, Dre. I was so proud to claim him. I don't know why. Hello, why? I don't know why. I'm not even gonna get into it. I'm not even gonna get into it in this relationship. I mean, in this video, because that's not what it's about. But yeah, I was like, yeah, I'm in a relationship. Wait, back it up. It was kind of like everybody talking at the same time. So before I asked Sean why he working if he got a sugar mama, somebody asked Marvin, was he in a relationship? Mind you, Marvin standing right in front of my cubicle at this time. Y'all, this happened so fast. I'm the one dragging it out, because he had just thrown me the hot Cheetos like 80 seconds before, and he's still standing right there. So somebody asked him.
Wait, okay, so the cubicles was like 2 cubicles facing each other. So he's literally on the other side of a cubicle. So the person who's sitting in front of me, that's who cubicle he's standing in front of.
And Marvin was like,
nope, I'm 100% single.
And I don't know. Maybe I just felt that way because he was standing in front of my cubicle, but he kind of gave me the eyes. And then that's when Sean was like going on and on about his sugar mama. And I'm like, why you got a job? He like, you got a man? Da, da, da. And I'm like, yeah. And so I turned around and looked at Marvin. The face had dropped. He ain't smiling no more. So yeah, after that, Marvin started being weird to me. Why? Why you being weird to me, Marvin? When I tell you the rest of the shift, this man did not speak to me or look my way. I'm just thinking like, I know this nigga not really mad at me. That's so petty and weird. So I kind of figured he was mad, but I'm like, I'm gonna test it. I'm gonna pretend like I got an issue on the phone. I don't even know why I care. I just wanted to see if he was like really this petty, excuse me. So I pretend like I had an issue with a caller and I chatted him. Y'all, I ain't never get no response back, but I waited though. I waited because mind you, he could hear me on the phone. So I was waiting like I actually had an issue, but then I handled the fake issue myself. But he was acting like he was working, and he was talking to one of the other girls, like one of the other people that didn't do nothing, even though she wasn't no manager. We gonna get to her though. So yeah, he was talking back and forth, and I was like, you know what, let me just handle this issue. Next thing I know, after I get off the call, I look up, I see him packing up. Mind you, he could leave like a little, like, I don't know, Marvin just left when the fuck he wanted to, because he never left like when his shift ended. He always left like a little bit earlier, or sometimes a little bit later, but mostly a little bit earlier. So yeah, he packed up his stuff, right? And y'all, usually when he leaving, he be like, all right, good night, y'all, good night, da da da, good night, da da da, good night, da da da. And he usually called me out by name.
He called everybody out by name for real.
Y'all, he said good night, da 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 da. Called everybody name except for mine. I'm like, he mad. What? I ain't never, ma'am. I mean, sir, you flirt with 75% of the bitches in here. Why are you mad because I'm in a relationship? Mind you, the main girl that he flirted with, oh, at this time, he didn't know that she was in a relationship. And that girl didn't even like men. When he found that out, his face dropped again. Like, it was, he couldn't believe it. But that's another story, sorry. Oh, excuse me. Fast forward, it had really been a few days and Marvin had not talked to me. I promise you, he would not chat me back or nothing. He would be like, or if he did, he would be like, ask so-and-so, like the other supervisor. Like, dang. Or I would chat him. He would probably look at it and then like 10 minutes later, he'd be like,
Tatiana, you still got that issue? Okay, ask so-and-so.
I promise you, I swear to God, it's gonna get way weirder. Like, he would do passive stuff like that all the time.
Okay, I cut too much out because y'all know sometimes I be feeling like I be dragging it out because I talk too much. But this man, as a manager, you should not be being petty to your employees. The people that you tell to reach out to you if they have any questions or concerns or need help with anything. Why you being petty now that you found out some irrelevant ass information is really my point. I don't feel like I explained it good enough or I cut too much out. So I feel like people really gonna miss that point, and I gotta just say it right here, clear as day. And it was to the point where he would start talking to us in code. Well, shit, it sounded like he was talking in code because, mind you, we had just started working there. So why are you knowingly using terms and phrases that we don't know what it means? Like, he was acting like we had been working there 6 years like him and we just got hired. And then he would slick get mad when we didn't understand the phrases that he was using. Like, boy, you know we just started working here. So that's what he would do. I would ask him for like 5 seconds of help. He would help me in like a second. And then I would get back to my cubicle and still be chatting him and having questions because, sir, you literally did not help me at all because you got this stick up your butt for no fucking reason.
Anyway, on this particular day, Angry chat me again, child. She chatted me again and she was like, hey girl, like I'm thinking about quitting. I got an interview at another call center. Cause mind you, we on the north side and it's like home of the call centers. So she was like, yeah, I got an interview at this call center and they pay $1 extra. If you want to apply to them, here's the website. This is what you need to do, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, oh, okay, girl, I'm gonna definitely check them out. I'm gonna look into them and blah, blah, blah. So we just talking about it. She was like, yeah, cause I'm sick of this job and fuck this job. Like, girl, y'all, at any time, I feel like, you know what? I feel like Angry just chatted me to vent. I don't know how many people she was venting to, but she definitely just chatted me to vent. Cause ma'am, I'm glad I didn't give her my damn number. Or did I? I cannot remember, but a piece of me feel like I did, and then I never talked to her again once she left. I don't know. At this point, it was like Skype chats, and I'm just like, girl, you doing too much in this chat. Anyway, the same kind of situation happened. I go to lunch, come back, got a chat from Marvin. And it was, I felt like it was always when Angry was going off. Like, anyway, the hell is that noise? Because my daughter's in there. What the fuck is making a noise out of here? Oh, hell no. So, yeah, when I get back from lunch, got a chat from Marvin. I go over there, stand there for like 5 minutes. No, let me not drag it. It was probably like 2 minutes. Stood there. Oh, back it up. On this particular day, too, what's her name? Angry was talking about Cruella, and she was also talking about Marvin and how they always up each other asses and are they dating? They probably fucking and blah, blah, blah. And that was actually a rumor at one point. But yeah, I remember her saying some stuff like that, and I was like, girl, I don't know. No, it don't seem that way because they look like they would not go together. I don't know. It didn't look like a match. It looked, to me, I never got that. I promise you, when that was a rumor, I always thought like, no, I really think that they're friends. Like, I can't see that happening. But people used to be like, no, they're fucking. I'm like, oh God, everybody don't gotta be fucking. So I'll go over there and he starts saying stuff like,
I already told you about the chat. You cannot use profanity in the chat, okay?
Like, but he said it like I was a toddler, and he was sick of telling me over and over like the same thing. And I was like, I'm thinking like, what the fuck is he talking about? Because when I talk in a chat, I would like keep it like I'm texting. I would be like, oh, WTF, like, you know, stuff like that. But Angry, she would be like, F this job, like really spell it out. F this job, and I'm sick of this. Like, she would spell out the cuss words. I'm like, I'm not using profanity in the chat, whatever. So he was like,
you're not allowed to browse the internet for anything other than plantation business.
like the company business. And then he was like, understood. And I was like, okay, but I'm not. And he was like,
well, I'm just letting you know before you do it. If you haven't done it, you can't do it. I've seen a few people doing it, and I'm just letting you know beforehand.
And I was like, why would he, like, what, are you telling everybody this or what? So at this point, I'm like, okay, this is kind of weird. Like, he really, every time me and Angry chat about a certain thing, he would come back though and talk to me about it, but he would say it in subliminals, you know? And I'm just like, nah, something is up. You logging onto my computer or something. Oh yeah, wait. This is another thing. He was like,
are you good here? Like, are you okay here? Are you getting the hang of things? You good here?
And I was like, yeah, what do you mean? And he was like,
okay, nothing, just asking. You can go ahead and take your seat.
Like, he like, you're dismissed my ass. I was like, okay. Mind you, Angry had left early this day. So I don't know if he talked to her when I was at lunch, because I felt like if he could see the shit in our chat, if he go on our computer or whatever, he should be talking to Angry, because, sir, what did I do to you? I didn't do it. He had a little vendetta. And yeah, so she left early that day, right? I come in the next day at 10 o'clock. Mind you, Angry get there before me. By 11 o'clock, why I see Angry get up, talking to Marvin, same way. After that, I see her packing her desk up, packing up her cubicle. I'm thinking, what the hell, are we like switching cubicles around? Like, cause they did move us around a lot. I don't know why, but yeah, they used to move us around like, damn, what's that shit called? Ring around the Rosie. I don't know, whatever. They used to move us around a lot. So, so anyway, I see her packing up her stuff, walk out, roll her eyes at me. I'm like, what the fuck? I actually never found out what happened to Angry. Didn't even care to ask or whatever, like later on down the line. But yeah, I don't know if she got fired or she quit, because she said she had an interview at another call center. And a lot of the times people would get other jobs and have other interviews other places, and they would tell people, and then next thing you know, they would be gone. So it would be like so convenient. Like, did you fire them because they thinking about getting another job? Or did they quit? Like, I used to be so confused. I don't know, because I don't think she could even get back on her computer and Skype me and let me know what happened or whatever. But I was just like, bitch, why you rolling your eyes at me? Like, I got you fired. It was weird. I don't know if she thought I told Marvin something. Y'all, I still don't know. That's a mystery that have not been solved till this day. Anyway, I feel like I should spoiler alert. I'm gonna just go ahead and spoiler alert. They could pull up our Skype chats if we did not delete them and read them, basically. So I didn't know that for the longest time, but when somebody finally told us, it was a permanent person. And I think that they was mad at Marvin or something, and they was like talking mess about the situation that they had going on. And she was like, yeah, girl, they can read our chats if you don't delete them. And I was like, what? Like, you could go back and read and pull that shit up and read them? I think they had to save or something, and if you don't delete it, they can read it, basically. So when we figured that out, mind you, I think I had been working there like close to a damn year when they finally said something. So who knows everything that they just been reading? Y'all, when I went back and started deleting, I had to delete so much. I'm like, they even had this proof on me? Because I did start talking crazy up in that chat when I got comfortable. So yeah, they could read our shit. Oh my God. All the stuff I ever said in the chat was crazy. But yeah, there you go. They can pull it up and read it. So yeah, that was pretty much the little first story about the call center. I don't know if Angry thought I got her fired. I don't know why Marvin was tripping on his set, but no, I'm not done yet. God. Anyway, if y'all like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment. Say literally anything in the comments, because I'll really appreciate it. Make sure you hit that subscribe button.
Why you tell stories?
Make sure you hit that subscribe button for me. And girl. Like I said, y'all, email y'all crazy, scary, spooky stories to spookytyt@gmail.com. I'm gonna have it on the screen, and I love y'all so much. You already know the vibes. I'm gonna see y'all next time. What's that? Oh,
I did a pass.
Oh, you're so short, babe. They can't see that. Good job. I don't know what that is. Oh, you finished it. Okay, good job, baby.
I was smart.
You are. You're very smart. Aw, how cute.
What? Look at.
Who got this for you?
I forgot. I don't know.
Oh, I remember. Okay, never mind. I got this. Ooh. Here you go. What did I end it? Y'all already know the vibes. I love y'all so much, and I'm gonna see y'all in my next one. Bye.
My guys, ready? I love you guys. You're the best. You guys are so beautiful. If you're a boy, then you're handsome. I love you guys so much. You're the best guys.
You are so sweet. Why you pulling me? Why you pulling my little
I want them
arms?
to see my face for a second.
You're beautiful. I tell them all the time. You're so beautiful. Why you doing me like that? We not doing attitudes. Come here. We don't do attitudes. Come here. Come here. You don't want no attitude. Come on. You want crabs still?
Yeah!
So, where did I leave off? Okay, so yeah. I forgot. My neighbor is really dragging it right now. When I move, I'm getting on the highest fucking floor because y'all not finna bang on my shit like this. Heavy foot motherfucker. For real though, that's how you knew the girls that he favored, because they would be standing by him for a long time or sitting by him for a long time, or he would keep like bringing them same girls up to the cubicle trying to talk to them, you know, about work. Ain't nobody stupid, Marvina. Not Marvina. Because he was acting like a bitch at this point. What the fuck are you mad for? Marvelous? Yeah, we gonna call him Marvelous. Because everybody be like, oh, why am I following you on TikTok? Well, not everybody. Let me start dragging it. Some people be like, girl, you don't even be on TikTok. Do y'all want me to start telling little story times on TikTok again? Because I will. Y'all, these jobs, these jobs irked me. They irked me. That shit would get on my nerves, y'all. I gave her my number because Cruella came in the bathroom and she was like, where are you supposed to be? Are you on a bathroom break? Okay. Like, she just did some real passive aggressive stuff, so I had to leave. I almost fell off this goddamn stool. What the fuck was that? Let me stop. It's beautiful. Ooh, you're shaking the camera. Okay, I'm almost done, babe. Because we gotta go. We gotta go make these crabs. Stop, baby. It's gonna fall. It's not sturdy. It's not sturdy. It's not sturdy. Oh, Lord. Then another thing is like, ooh. Ma. Bye, y'all. She finna. Ma, they're gonna think that I'm in here abusing you. Stop screaming like that. Right? I feel like they will. If I hear a little baby screaming, I'm calling the police. I'm letting y'all know. Don't live by me and have your children screaming. Because I'm calling the police. Because I don't play that. I don't play no kid abuse.